को, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This word knowledge is used in so many ways, but we are not aware of that in what context, what is the meaning of the word knowledge. This is a Bluetooth. This is knowledge. I know. This is knowledge. I don't know. This is also knowledge. I think I will know. This is also knowledge. He is very wise. Knowledge. So, the ignorance or ajnana is also a knowledge. See? What is ajnanam? Ajnanam is incomplete knowledge, ignorance. Then I stands for incompleteness. Ajnanam, A stands for apurnata, incompleteness. Now, what is the reason that this knowledge, which is infinite, becomes finite? Because it is expressing through some conditionings. And what knowledge we have is only the reflected knowledge. So we are all the time lost in the reflected knowledge. It is something like this. What you are seeing me is not me, but the reflected light on my face. The original light we cannot see. If there is light on my face and also in the tube light, so in between also there must be light. But we don't see that. Because what we experience or see is only the reflected knowledge. What we call sunlight. Everybody says, see, morning time, the sunlight is so good. Educated people call it. It is not sunlight. It is daylight. It is reflected light. There is a light between the sun and the earth. So there should be brightness everywhere. Is it there? So what we are experiencing is the reflected light. Original light cannot be seen. See? Same way, what knowledge we talk about is only the reflected knowledge. Knowledge of something or the other. Ignorance of something or the other. Therefore, this is the catch which we have seen in the 3rd chapter. That the same absolute knowledge expresses through the Vaikhari in the waking experience. The same knowledge expresses through the Madhyama in the dream, Pashanti in the deep sleep, and Para beyond the three. So these all the four expressions are the reflected knowledge. When we are not identified with the body, there is no Vaikhari, there is no waking, because this knowledge is not reflecting through the limitations of body identification. So when the knowledge, the pure conscious self, the reality, is expressing through the body identification, then what comes out is the Vaikhari Vani, or the gross speech, or the waking experience, or Mr. Waker. And if there is no body identification as in the dream, etc., where does the waker go? Where this Vaikhari Vani disappears? Nowhere. Because it never existed. See? We have to distinctly, clearly recognize this thing. And it is for this purpose we are told, learn and analyze your own experiences. So what is our experience? Our experience is only through the limited knowledge, the reflected knowledge. The limited reflected knowledge is called as mind, and that which is not included in our mind does not exist for us. See? That which is included in the mind, that only exists for us. See, friends. Therefore, all the knowledge that we have is in the form of the following fractions. First, it is technically called as Dvaita or Triputi. Dvaita, the knower and the known. Triputi, knower, known, and the knowledge. So the pure knowledge is now divided in the knower and the known. And when this pure knowledge is divided in knower and known, the samsara begins. See? And this division is not real. Like the man is divided into son, husband, and father. Is he really divided? Think. Therefore, when we talk about spiritual awakening, instead of that, we get lost only in the relative knowledge. Earlier I was ignorant, now I know. See? Earlier I was attached to so many things, now I am not attached. Earlier I used to be confused, now I am superly confused. See, friends. Do you know why we are not able to catch this point? In, say, one of my weaknesses, I don't remember anybody's names. And I don't feel bad about it. What is there to remember? And the names have no meaning. Name is Saraswati and dumb. What is there to remember? So, to hide this weakness, I address people in a very respectful manner. So, when somebody is driving me, so I don't know the name. So I said, Mahatmaji, let's go fast, we are getting late. Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma. Where I am Mahatma? Okay. Bekuf, jal chal. He doesn't get angry. That's the beauty of it. But he gets surprised. How come Swamiji also knows? So when I call you Mahatma, you don't agree. When the Vedanta tells us you are divine, you are ekameva dvitiya neha nanaste kinchana, that we don't agree. No, no, Swamiji. We call it as humility or humiliation. See? But if somebody tells us something, you are dumb, immediately we catch it because we know this. See, friends. Therefore, knowledge and ignorance both are the sprout of the same original avidya or ignorance. Because both of them are at the thought level. So the knowledge is divided into knower and known. Known is further divided into the complementary opposites. See, this is yellow color, this is not red. This is day, this is not night. This is Rishikesh, this is not Badrinath. See, everything in this world is recognized as complementary opposites. So the total objective world is divided into complementary opposites, and we give so much undue importance to this that we are taken far away from ourselves. And when we go away from ourselves, what are we? We are Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. We are an abode of bliss. So when we go away from the bliss, what we experience is the blisters. And then we suffer in life. See, friends. Therefore, what will be the spiritual practice? Let this dvandva, the complementary opposites, do not bother us much. There is no reason. This is manufacturer's defect. Everything in this world exists in complementary opposites. This is how the knowledge gets divided first into subject, object, jnata, jneya. Thereafter, the objective world is further divided into the complementary opposite dvandva. Now, when this jnata, the knower, the subject, is influenced by the dvandva, he is buried in the samsara. So what will be the method of understanding or contemplation? Then we have to rise above these complementary opposites. How can we rise above? Only one technique. Accept this is how the world is. How simple it is. Our problem is in the while taking food, we eat Kolhapuri mirchi. In it, oh, it's very hot. Then you should eat Simla mirchi. Is there any logic behind this? So we are unable to accept the world as it is. Accepting the world as it is giving ourselves zero choice, no reactions. The net result is that the dvandva of the world will stop bothering us. To that extent, we, the knower, the subject, will remain undisturbed. See, this undisturbed subject alone can be contemplative. He will not be reactive. And for that, we were told these 4 speeches. Runa Parihar. We are under the bondage. Runa means bondage, debt. We are under the bondage of these 4 speeches. Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti and Para. Therefore, paying the debt of the Vaikhari Vani is we have to rise above the personality of Mr. Vaker. Then to rise above the Madhyama Vani is rise above the personality born after interacting with the world. See? So the experience the world has provided is misery. If we become miserable, then Madhyama Vani is active. If there is misery and if a miserable personality is not born, that means there is no identification with the misery. And how it can happen? Only through wisdom. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियां, ये जीवन है. See? So to win over the Madhyama Vani is not to get identified with any experience and become an experiencer. Then we have liberated ourselves from the bondage of the Madhyama Vani. Then the Pashyanti Vani. Pashyanti Vani is where knowledge is ready to sprout but not yet. When we come to this, like in the deep sleep, we do not react to anything. In the same manner, when we live in this world, dekho, suno, mat bolo, no reactions. Somebody will call us that you are a great Mahatma. Don't start jumping. You hit up there. Somebody calls you, you are a fool. Then we start feeling, he called me fool before everybody. But he is right. How he is right? He doesn't know English. He is a Hindi fellow. अच्छा हिंदी का फूल हाँ फिर ठीक है. See friends, if we become good or bad because somebody tells, then we deserve that. See my friends, in this manner, when these three speeches, Vaikhari, Madhyama and the Pashyanti are conquered, and to conquer this, Bhakti Shastra tells the technique of Japa Sadhana. See, Bhagavan Krishna says in 10th chapter, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. So first, we chant the Lord's name with the Vaikhari Vani, like we do. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. When you go in that rhythm, naturally all other thoughts are slowly curtailed. When this is practiced for a longer period of time, then our attention remains on the Lord's name, chanting goes on. By this long exercise, our speech becomes purified and mature. And as a result, we go deep within, and the deep within is the Madhyama Vani. Then in Madhyama Vani, the speech, the mantra chanting is going on, but it is not heard by others. Madhyama Vani. Wherever we are sitting, you don't require any support, no mala, no nothing. You can keep on chanting whatever name you are chanting. When our mind is thus occupied in chanting Lord's name, worldly things will stop bothering us. Because the mind is occupied. And when the worldly things stop bothering us, to that extent, we have conquered the Madhyama Vani or the subtle body. And when this happens, then we enter the third stage, what we call technically as the Madhya Vikas. Madhya Vikas. Laya Vikshepayoho Sandhau Manastatra Niramisham Sasandhi Sadhito Yena Samukta Natra Samshayaha. Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes, Laya Vikshepa. Vikshepa is Hari Om. Laya is Hari Om dissolved in the silence. The second Hari Om is yet to start. So, Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Laya Vikshepayoho Sandhau. The first thought is thoughted. The second thought is not being thoughting. The gap between these two is called as Madhya, the center, the Sandhi. In our scriptures, Sandhya Kal is most important. Pratah Sandhya, Madhyanya Sandhya, and Sayam Sandhya. Catch that Sandhi. So if we have taken a very strict discipline that in the Pratah Sandhya I will do the Gayatri Japa. So the stars in the sky are becoming slowly fading away. The sunrise has not yet happened, but there is the Usha slowly peeping out. That time is called as the Pratah Sandhya. If you have decided to do Japa of Gayatri at that Pratah Sandhya time, your life will be naturally disciplined. How important it is. Similarly, Sayam Sandhya. The night is not yet set, but the day is over. That is the time, earlier days, people used to go for evening show. That evening show time is the Sayam Sandhya. When we take this strict discipline, our life will be disciplined. See? So, the same thing externally, now bring it within. So we chant the Lord's name, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. By practice, we widen the gap between two chantings. That is called as Madhya Vikas. In this Madhya Vikas, slowly we learn what is a thought-free experience. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is thoughtful experience. Absence is thought-free experience. When the mind does not have thoughts, it is Chetana. Chetana doesn't have thoughts. Whether the Chetana is expressing in human beings or animals. But there is life. Like Chetana means life. And again, next thought comes, again, like a bubble gum coming out of the mouth of the child, bubble gum, whoop. In the same manner, from that principle of life or Chetana, again another bubble comes out. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, again absorbed. Slowly, by God's grace, one day it will click. And we will be able to recognize what is the meaning of thought-free experience. It is here most of us get caught on the wrong footing. This is what was said in the 3rd chapter. Ignorance gone. Now I am wise. Misery is gone. Now I am happy. Earlier I was ignorant. Now I am wise. Both are thoughts. This is very subtle, my friends. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. As much this is a thought, silence is equally a thought. Patanjali Maharshi defines very clearly what is sleep. Sleep is abhava pratyaya lambana vrittihi nidra. Sleep is where absence is the object of knowledge. What is waking and dream? Everything is present. Bhavatmak anubhuti. And what is deep sleep? Nothing. Absence. Nothing and absence cannot be an object. Then absence of what? So absence of waking, absence of dream. That is deep sleep. And therefore, according to Yoga Shastra, deep sleep is also a thought. On the basis of this, Patanjali Maharshi says that Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yogaha, meaning go beyond waking, dream, and deep sleep. When we go beyond Vaikhari, Madhyama, and Pashyanti, deep sleep, then we reach the Paravani Tada Drashtuhu Sarupe Avasthanam. We come back to ourselves. See, friends. But this Paravani again keeps the division, I versus you. See? People are so ignorant, I have studied for their purpose, but they don't recognize the value of knowledge, Can you imagine a wise man is miserable? The definition of a wise man, Bhagavan Krishna gives. First of all, he scolds Arjun. Ashochan anvashocastam prajnavadascha bhasase. You are talking like a wise man. What does it mean? You are otherwise. You are talking like a wise man. Then wise man is defined. Wise man is gatasuna gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise people are not miserable. Otherwise, people are miserable for everything. Gatasuna, when somebody dies, they are miserable. When somebody doesn't die, ye marta bhi nahi. There also they are miserable. Hey, friends. Therefore, we have to transcend the relative knowledge. And it is for this purpose we cannot do it. And therefore, at the end of the last chapter, what Dhaneshwar Maharaj said, I did it, I attained it, not by myself, but I surrender myself at the feet of my Guru. Meaning, the one who was doing the sadhana, he disappeared. For this, I told you one technique, one understanding. Reflect on this. Who goes to sleep? Don't demonstrate. Who goes to sleep? In sleep, there is nobody. There is a sleep. Nobody. Like in the waking, there is a waker, Vishwa. In the dream, there is a dreamer, Tejas. In the deep sleep, there is nobody. What they call prajna, prakarshena ajna, absolute ignorant. There cannot be absolute ignorance. There can be absolute knowledge. See, even the most dull-witted person knows I am. Therefore, when one has gone through these techniques given, so the 4 techniques about the japa I was telling you. First, Vaikhari Vani purified, then Madhyama Vani purified, then the third stage we come to the Pashyanti Vani. You are sleeping, and in the sleep also the Rama Nama continues. Instead of having horrible dreams, see, we take care of our food so much. See, here the food is not tasty. Let us go to the market and get all rubbish and eat it. Aha, maja aaya, maja aaya. See, how much we are giving importance to our. You see, I always calculate. It is such a great fun in calculation. If you cut your tongue and put it on the scale, one side, and other side of the scale, use it. What will be the proportion? The weight of our tongue is 1 by 10,000. Suppose you are weighing 100 kilogram, your tongue will weigh hardly 5 grams. Now, on that 5-gram tongue, there are 9 taste buds. And one taste bud, namak kam ho gaya. And that moves that whole 100 feet, 100 kilo body. See, friends. Therefore, first thing we have to conquer is our tongue. Food and talking. These are the only 2 things we keep on operating. And you know the funny part, these are the things you can enjoy when you contemplate on this thing. The first organ which becomes activated in our life is our tongue. Useless child. I don't like milk. I want coffee. Give one hard. Give the coffee. See? And till the end, one oldie was on deathbed. And then the doctor told the sons, now Babaji is over now. Maybe a day or 2 or even less, we don't know. You can fulfill all his desires, whatever he wants. So the sons ask, Babaji, doctor has told everything now. Now there is no way out. Is there some desire remaining? We'll fulfill that so that you go to heaven. You will not hang in like Trishunku. Now, this Babaji, beta, last 1 year, these doctors did not allow me to eat what I wanted. And you know how much I am fond of. I just want, before dying, only one thing. If I get a nice chicken, last thought, chicken. Yam yam vapi swaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram. Whatever is the last thought at the time of death, that is the blueprint we give to God. भगवान से अच्छा मुर्गी बनना है. Next life, cock, suru. What is because? Only because we have not conquered our tongue. See, friends, do experiments on yourself. That is spiritual practice. So important. Fulfilling our desires is not spiritual life. Conquering our desires is spiritual life. And when you conquer, the bliss is far superior. See? Like many people, when they give up something, like smoking or drinking, etc., how proud they are. I have now given up smoking. I don't smoke now. What is great about it? I never smoke. Then you will not understand. You smoke for 60 years and then give up smoking. See the joy. Tyage naike amrutatva manashu. Give this experimental trial in your spiritual life. See? So, we conquer the Vaikhari by chanting the Lord's name. We discipline the mind by chanting the Lord's name with the Madhyama Vani. And when we come to the Pashyanti Vani in deep sleep, at night our mind will be constantly chanting the Lord's name. Because the last thought, wherever you have stopped your MP3, from there it will start. You must have experienced this thing. I remember there was a child, he was punished in his school. So he came home. The teacher gave me very bad beating. What happened? I didn't do anything. Then she was mad or what? No. In the morning, I was listening to Radio Ceylon those days. And in the morning, I was listening to a song. Teri pyari pyari surat ko kisi ki nazar na lage. And that was going in my mind. And I was in that mood only. So the teacher asked, you tell. So I said, Teri pyari pyari. She gave me so beating. Whatever is the last thought you leave, from there you take over. And Lord's name incessantly. Slowly, slowly, the worldly things will stop bothering you. See? And then this is called in Vedantic language, it is the Aham Brahmasmi Vritti. This will become mature and mature. And then we go beyond the thoughts, which is called as thought-free knowledge. Now this thought-free knowledge, what it is, how it is the topic in this fourth chapter. So it is expected that this ajnana vritti, the wrong knowledge or the incomplete knowledge, is negated by the jnana vritti, the complete knowledge, and thereafter we go beyond the knowledge and the ignorance. That is the ultimate knowledge. This is the theme of this fourth chapter. So here the teacher begins. Ata ajnana che nimare, jnana abhede mavare, need maruni jagare, nandi che jevi. So he said, Ata ajnana che nimare, now the ignorance was destroyed by jnana, by the knowledge. Now hereafter is only the knowledge, that is what we have seen. And that alone prevails. Thereafter, when we are awake, we are not at all influenced by the dream or the deep sleep. We are fully awake now. See? Now, when we are fully awake, we have zero connection with the dream and the deep sleep. We even don't think about it. In the same manner, when the ajnana vritti is destroyed by the jnana vritti, thereafter only the knowledge remains. Now what is that knowledge? That knowledge is thought-free knowledge. But instead of that being a thought-free knowledge, we develop identification with that. Now I know. Earlier I did not know. Now I know. Therefore, that knowledge where there is no knower is the ultimate truth. That experience where there is no experiencer is the ultimate truth. See, that joy where there is no enjoyer is the ultimate truth. Meaning, identification with any finite is zero. Need maro ni jagare nandije jevi. Therefore, deep sleep and waking state, both of them begin from the same source, incomplete knowledge. Now, once we understand the secret, then the teacher says that as much the deep sleeper was nowhere, that much the waker is also nowhere. Now, to make this point, the teacher gives a very good example. का दर्पणाचा निघाला ऐक्यबोध पहिला मुखभोगी आपला आपणची. Essentially, we are one. That is the ultimate knowledge, undivided knowledge. Ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana. So I know I am, and my face I know I am this. Then I go and stand in front of the mirror. In the mirror also I see my face. So there is a duality. But what is the knowledge in that duality? I don't see that I am seeing the face, but I see myself. Meaning what? That knowledge, be very attentive. That knowledge where duality is operating, but the non-dual is not corrupted. That is the ultimate knowledge. When this is not recognized, like an animal standing before the mirror, he doesn't recognize that whom he is seeing is himself. He doesn't know that. Therefore, for the animal or the bird, the reflection creates duality and his samsara begins. But when we stand in front of the mirror, we also go through the duality, but we do not take the reflection as something other than me. It is me alone appearing in another form because of the upadhi of the mirror. See? Now, one more deep thought. Be very attentive. In fact, what we experience is only images. We don't see the original object at all. See, like I am sitting here, you are all seeing me. Where are you seeing me? Where I am or inside you? स्वामी जी लेक्चर कब खत्म होगा? But there are many. You keep on talking. Therefore, we give tea before the lecture begins. Swamiji, you should give tea during the lecture also. Friends, we have trained our mind that silence means sleep. Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. So when we are looking in the mirror, what we see? Exactly the same way we see only the image of the world. When the eyes are closed and things are in front of us, we cannot see because no image is formed. Number one. Number two, I am sitting here, you are all looking at me. Imagine there is pitch darkness here. It's open, but absolute darkness where I am sitting. Will you be able to see me? Because you are not forming any image on your retina. So what we are seeing is not the object, is only the image. See, like these days, my eyes are giving trouble, so images are not forming properly. So I have to go again and again. Image. So what is our knowledge? Is only imagery, not the real knowledge. And that depends on the quality of the film where images are happening. And all images are happening only on the mind. See? So our whole knowledge is only imagery. And the quality of the image depends on the quality of the mind. If the mind is disturbed, I don't know, I am not able to understand what is being said. Why? Either the mind is going to sleep or it is agitated. Is it not our experience? Sometimes we read, nothing goes inside. I don't know what is happening. Something wrong with the book. No, wrong with your head. See, friends, these things are not in the book. You have to discover yourself. See? And when we recognize this, that the whole world that we see is in our mind. And if the mind is at peace, meaning no likes and dislikes, no friends and no enemies, then after looking at the world, neither there will be likes, raga, nor there will be dislike, dvesha. Then the mind remains like the mirror. Mirror supports everything, reflects everything, rejects nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. This is what is called as love for the whole world. See? किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. The mirror doesn't say, यार कई दिनों से कोई अच्छा आया ही नहीं, बूढ़ा बूढ़ा आ रहे. No. Recognize this. And when you live your life with this knowledge, then this will understand. Ka darpana sa nighala aikya bodha pahila. First, I have clear understanding I am one. And then when I see myself reflected in the mirror, then what happens? Mukha bhogi apala. I enjoy whatever may be my face like. See? In the old age, when we stand before the mirror, the neck is moving, the eyes are going here and there, yet the nose is straight. Do we get ever bored? See, the same face I am looking for, oh, I get out. Because we see ourselves in that mirror. My friends, all the great saints and sages, they see themselves in the whole humanity, in the whole creation. Therefore, they don't love anybody. They have love for everybody. Like the mother doesn't love the child, she has love for the child. This is the meaning. Mukha bhogi apala apanachi. And therefore, when we are standing in front of the mirror, we never get bored. In the same manner, if you are living in this world and if you get bored, then going the wrong way. See how beautiful it is. That means Dvaita is there. Reflection in the mirror is an object of knowledge. I am the subject. So the duality, Dvaita, is there, but there is no impact of the duality. Therefore, the ultimate is living in the duality, but not getting corrupted as regards the non-dual is concerned. See, we have invested whatever money we had. That money is safe. In addition, we get the dividends. What is wrong? Invest this non-dual experience and enjoy the dividends of duality. See, my friends, there is no loss on the spiritual path. Your capital will be maintained. It will not be lost. So, mukha bhogi apala apanachi. Therefore, my friends, the real knowledge is this. Earlier it was one against other, knowledge against ignorance, good against bad. Now everything disappeared. Because the Ekameva Ditiya non-dual experience does not get deleted, although the duality is openly lived. It is something like when my hand goes to the face to scratch, there is a scratching here. Will the face say, "Thank you, dear, you came and helped me"? And if the tongue is beaten by the teeth, will the tongue say, "Somebody has to go to the dentist, I'll remove you"? No. Because although there is a duality, the non-dual is not corrupted. See, friends, that is the meaning of real knowledge, where there is nothing like good or bad, mine or your. This is all the drama that is going on. This experience, if it is maintained more and more, to that extent, we are living in meditation. It is not only half an hour meditation, rest of the day frustration. No. We are at peace with everybody. Even if we scold somebody, one day, one lady who helps me a lot in my things. So, someone else came and I said, "Arey Dumbo, that is not the way." She became angry. "Swamiji, why you have given my name to her?" "Because I call her Dumbo. That is my copyright." I said, "You are really Dumbo. When I call you Dumbo, don't you feel bad about it?" "No, I like it." See, friends, when your expression is that of pure love, you will never get hurt. See, friends, words are not important. The thought behind the word, that is important. Therefore, pure knowledge is that which establishes one in spite of the many. This is said, Jnana jiyatiya pari jagi atmaikya kari tai surya khoche suri taise jale. This knowledge, non-dual absolute being, jiyatiya pari, whichever way it may be, jagi atmaikya kari. Only the non-dual alone is established. See, it's so important. The whole samsara is only duality. I versus you, you versus I. Till such time this continues, samsara will continue. If we really want to attain fulfillment in life, this is the only way. Bhagavan says in 15th chapter, Yasmat ksharamati toham aksharat apichottamaha atosmi loke vede cha prathita purushottamaha. Because I am beyond Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha. See? Kshara Purusha is the objective world. Akshara Purusha is the subjective being. Because I am beyond the objective world and the subject in relation to the object, therefore I am Purushottama. So I am alone expressing as the world, and I am alone expressing as the enjoyer of the world. Therefore, I am beyond enjoyer and enjoyed. Therefore, I am referred in the scriptures as Purushottama, Uttama Purusha. Uttama Purusha means I, Purushottama. And this is the knowledge pertaining to Purushottama is the Guhyatamam Shastram. Guhya Shastra is about the world, how to live in this world. Guhyatara Shastra is the Upasana and Yoga. Guhyatama Shastra is know yourself. Iti Guhyatamam Shastra. Bhagavan says, Etad buddhva buddhiman syat. There is nothing to be done. Correct your focal length and come to your right understanding about yourself. Whether I am a son, whether I am a husband, whether I am a father or I am a man. After you are firmly established in this, thereafter you don't have to do anything. Play the game of life. Play the role of a son before the father, role of a husband before the wife, role of a father before the son. Where is the problem? So when a man is playing the various roles, do you think he is in any way losing his being? There is no need to leave everything and go to Himalayas and start a factory there. See, friends, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. See? So, jnana jiyatya pari jagi atmaikya kari. The real knowledge is that knowledge which is establishing the non-dual being. So, jagi atmaikya kari. Te surya koche suri tese sale. Now see, this same knowledge is functioning both as duality as well as non-dual. When objectively taken, it is dvandva. When subjectively taken, it is dvaita. So that which is supporting both dvandva and the dvaita is beyond the dvandva and the dvaita. This is said in Kathopanishad. Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. The truth is recognized as being. See? Asti iti upalabdhavya. Asti means existence. Everything is only existence. Stone is, river is, tree is, crocodile is, bird is, man is, good is, bad is, electricity is. Everything in this world is only with reference to existence. And this existence as if gets divided because of the upadhi. In one upadhi, this existence expresses as chetana. In other upadhi, it cannot express as chetana, therefore it remains only existence. The existence and the chetana existence, jada chetan, both of them are supported by the same reality. That is the ultimate truth. Therefore, jnana jiyatya pari jagi atmaikya kari. We have to recognize this one principle. And therefore, this reality is not corrupted, not disturbed, nor nothing, neither created nor destroyed. When we abide in this thing, then there is no reason to feel if I die, what will happen, or what happens to death. If we have really digested Vedanta Shastra, hearing anybody's death news, if even a passing thought comes in our mind about our death, we have done nothing so far. Make fun of death. Who dies? मर के दिखाओ. Fails. Abiding in this knowledge is this unbroken, continuous, uncreated, unmodifying, unending, ever present. Knowledge is the real knowledge. And the other knowledge, expressing as the Vaikari, Madhyama, etc., it is only the thought knowledge. So we have to transcend the thought knowledge and reach the source, which is thought-free knowledge. And therefore we told you two terms. Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti is thought-free knowledge. And Visheshata Rahita Satta, non-specific existence, is the truth. So we give up all the conditionings and we give up all the thoughts. What remains is the ultimate. This is the theme of this chapter, that the knowledge is not divided into knower and known, likes or dislikes, but it is one without a second. Discover this and go for a walk. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.